morning, noon, or night, you've tapped into the podcast you need in your life. I'm your host, Mo, and welcome to the Mean Girls 1821 podcast. It's really like an experience at this point. You get it. Where we mean what we say and we say what we mean and we do it all within 3 to 5 minutes. You know why? Help the people because you're on your way to work, and guess who else is? Me. So let's get in here and get this encouragement now. But before we proceed, you know the drill. Honor yourself. Life is ghetto sometimes. Adulting is ghetto 100% of the time. We know this. So take a deep breath. Give yourself some grace. And as I always say, one small step is better than no steps at all. And if you couldn't take a step today, the fact that you're alive is good enough for me. The premise of this podcast is to operate in truth. So via the YouTube channel or your podcast app, every Friday I'm going to encourage you to do 3 things. Number 1, show up fully because those that mind don't matter, and those that matter truly don't mind. To walk with integrity. And last but not least, to reflect because, beloved, sometimes the issue is you. So without further ado, let's begin today's episode. 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 1 says the following. And the Lord said unto Samuel, How long wilt thou mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him from reigning over Israel? Fill thine horn with oil and go. I will send thee to Jesse the Bethlehemite, for I have provided a king among his sons. After reading that scripture, 2 thoughts came to mind. Number 1, be very careful when you remain faithful to people, places, seasons, and situations beyond their expiration date. According to the text, the Lord told Samuel, I have rejected him. Wipe your face and go, because the new king will be found in this new location. Sometimes because of our love for people, places, seasons, and situations, we will overstay our welcome. We as me, still working on it now. Pray my strength. But the truth of the matter is, faithfulness should not become a crutch. It should not become something that causes you to miss what God is saying in your effort to be faithful to a season, a situation, a place, or a person. Point number 2. Faithfulness doesn't waver even when people do. See, this was an attribute of Samuel, which is why the Lord had to come to him and say, bro, we're still weeping. I've rejected him. So you should be following me. But there's a key variable, a human variable that I want to address. The power of being faithful, even when your surroundings don't serve you. Now, here's what I'm not saying. Be manipulated, be abused, be undervalued, be hurt. No. What I'm saying is make sure your faithfulness doesn't waver simply because something doesn't serve you. Because God does not call us just to serve ourselves. He calls us to serve his kingdom. And so if the Lord is not yanking you to move, please don't. Be faithful. Be faithful. Bible tells us, do not get weary in well-doing. In due season, you'll reap if you faint not. Because true faithfulness doesn't waver, even when people, places, seasons, and situations do. Remain faithful until God says otherwise. Take care. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Mean Girls 1821 podcast with me, your host, Mo. Tune in each and every Friday for a fresh episode exclusively found on my YouTube channel or using the podcast app. And always remember, words have power. So whenever you speak,
Mean what you say and say what you mean. Take care.